So airplane insurance, it's one of the things you have to consider when you're purchasing an airplane. And here's the thing, you're not required to have one. So legally, you don't have to have insurance to own an airplane. Although I would think, personally, I think it's unwise not to have insurance. The same way you have insurance on your car, it's always best to have insurance when you're owning or flying an airplane too. And the reason being, anything can happen. Okay, it just makes more financial sense to have some type of insurance, even if it's the lowest insurance policy you could possibly find. Let's take a scenario, for example. If, say, you had an accident with the airplane, it wasn't fatal, maybe you had a hard landing and you didn't have insurance on the airplane, okay, and the bill to fix whatever damage maybe was caused by weather or was caused by you or somebody else flying the airplane, say it came up to $20,000. Okay, if you have an expense of $20,000, now mind you, the airplane itself is maybe worth $20,000 or $30,000, but in order to fix it, you got to cough out 20 grand. If you don't have insurance, all that money is coming out of your pocket. But if you have some type of insurance, at least you get some help, or you can have all of that stuff covered in your insurance policy, depending on the type of policy you have. But, and also just for medical reasons, you know, if you had some type of accident, it doesn't have to be anything crazy, and you need some medical attention, that's something your insurance can cover for you, rather than you having to spend more money out of your pocket. So for those out there, it's not illegal not to have insurance, but I would definitely advise you to have one because it just makes more financial sense. Now that said, I'm going through that process right now. I actually got 2 quotes so far, and I went through AOPA insurance. Okay, so what they do is, it's like a brokerage basically. They shop for insurance for you and then they send you the quotes. And really, they didn't ask for much for me to get. So I have 2 quotes here, which I'll read for you in a minute. But in order to get insurance, you simply, I believe you do have to, if you go through AOPA, then you have to be a member. And the membership fee is like between $50 or $100, depending on the tier that you're in. So check them out for sure. And the reason why I'm giving AOPA a plug is not because they're sponsoring or they're paying for this video, is because it's really a great resource for pilots and for owners. They offer so many really cool tools for you to help you either through the process, and also to help you once you've gotten your airplane. There's a lot there that helps you with your flight planning and things like that. So that's why they get a plug from me. Now that said, I have 2 quotes, and one of them was for $974 and another one was for $757. That's the total year premium. Now again, in order to get a quote, they didn't ask for much. All I gave them was my name. Basically, you put your personal information in, and then you put the information of the aircraft that you're purchasing. Now you don't have to own the aircraft already. They know that perhaps you're in the process of buying one, so you can put, say you're looking at 3 different airplanes, you can put just one of them, the specific make and model, as long as they're sort of in the same price range. And that's what I did. I just picked one of the aircraft that I was looking at, and I entered that information. And then literally the next day, they came back to me with a quote. And here's what I was quoted. I'm just going to read from my phone here. So for the first one, I have a premium of $974. $974 for the whole year. So that will come up to about 80 something, about $80 and some change, or like $85 a month. Still cheaper than my car insurance, by the way. And this is what it covers, okay? It says aircraft liability, $1 million each occurrences, limited to $100,000 per passenger, okay? So just based on my understanding, what's that saying? Perhaps if something happens, say an accident happens or whatever have you, or you maybe damage somebody else's airplane or yours, you covered up to $1 million, but you're limited to $100,000 per passenger. Okay, and aircraft medical payments, I'm not sure what that means. Aircraft medical, I would assume they meant pilot medical, and for that, $10,000 for each person. aircraft damage, physical damage to the aircraft. So I put in the value of the aircraft that I'm looking to buy at just $30,000, and that's really what the insurance will cover. So I have $30,000 coverage on that. There is, let's see, I have $0 deductible, so I'm actually gonna call them back to see maybe if I add some, say I have a deductible of maybe 200 or 500 bucks, maybe my insurance premium might even go further down. That I don't know, but I'll ask. And that's pretty much it. Based on the aircraft I put in, actually the aircraft I put in was a 1977 Grumman AA1C, which is a Grumman Yankee, but the later version. And so literally all of the other aircraft that I'm looking to purchase are sort of in that category and price range. So if I were to change the type of the airplane, I'm pretty sure the insurance premium will remain the same. Now, the other quote I got, which was much cheaper, was $757. That would be roughly around $65 a month. And I get the same $1 million for liability insurance. Now, the medical part says aircraft medical, only $5,000 per each person. So I get about half that covered. And then I get the same physical damage insurance, $30,000, and that's about it. So these are the basics of what you get covered in your insurance policy. Now, generally speaking, insurance policies and quotes and premiums are going to be different based on the individual or their experience. I know one of the important things that they look at is how many hours that you have as a pilot, or how much ratings or how many ratings you have. For me, I still consider myself a low-time pilot. I'm a little over 100 hours. I'm at 145, and I've really only flown 2 different airplanes consistently since I've been flying. Okay, I don't know if they look at that, but my only rating is a private pilot. Now, say someone with a commercial license or someone with IFR ratings and things like that, they would probably get lower insurance premium than, say, for me, that I'm just starting out. So all these things matter. So I'm sure they'll look at your flying history, how much time you've logged in, and then also the aircraft itself. Now, the airplane that I'm looking to buy is pretty basic, considered a trainer for the most part, and they're all fixed landing gears. Now, if I were to step into, say, a high performance airplane with a bigger engine, or a complex aircraft with retractable landing gear and all the other cool stuff that comes with complex airplanes, I'm likely my insurance would go up because of that. And the reason being that with a complex aircraft, it just means there's more stuff that can break. And so the insurance company is going to consider that and add more to your tab based on how many things that could possibly break and need to be fixed. And I did a video on that, actually. If you haven't seen that video yet, check it out. I did the comparisons between a fixed landing gear and a retractable landing gear airplane. So insurance is definitely one of them. Okay, so that's really what I wanted to discuss in this video. If you're looking to buy an airplane as I am, make sure you get some insurance. It makes more financial sense. I honestly don't know of any pilot or owner who flies and owns the airplane and don't have insurance. It's not legally required, but you should get one. Okay, so that is my 2 cents for today. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a thumbs up. Again, my name is Mike. Thank you so much for watching. If this is your first time, be sure to hit that subscribe button for me, and I will catch you guys on the next video.